You know, every time Leo scores one of these goals, every time Boosie makes one of these passes, every time Jordan...
The ultimate objective for teams worldwide is to aim for the highest flight of football. This is accomplished in the majority of nations by a system of promotion and relegation, in which teams advance through the levels based on their performance on the pitch. Consider Bournemouth, a Premier League team. They were playing English football in the 4th Division only 15 years ago. These days, they play every week against powerhouses like Manchester City, Chelsea, and Liverpool. But the road to the top is very different in the United States. In this case, acquiring a seat through a procedure called expansion is the only option to participate in Major League Soccer. A recently formed club that enters MLS after being accepted via a formal application and approval procedure is known as an MLS expansion team. In addition to using the expansion draft, which enables them to choose players from current MLS clubs in order to assemble a competitive team before their debut season, these teams assemble their squads by recruiting players both domestically and overseas, including designated players. They may also acquire talent through trades and the MLS Superdraft. In order to be eligible to join MLS, prospective ownership groups must fulfill a number of requirements, all of which must be included in a thorough business plan that is presented to the league. These requirements include a devoted and financially secure ownership group, a well-thought-out stadium design, a well-established soccer fan base in the area, and a robust soccer market in terms of both population and economic potential. Following submission, MLS's expansion committee and outside consultants with experience in fields like stadium design, financial analysis, and market research thoroughly examine the original proposal. Officials from the local government and other important parties are usually also involved in the process. Use this link to sign up for MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. The MLS Board of Governors will decide on whether to accept or reject the proposal once the applicant has been given the opportunity to present their case if it is seen to be promising. At least 2/3 of the league's current club owners must approve the application for it to be accepted. After being accepted, the application has to pay an expansion fee, which for San Diego FC, the league's most recent addition, was $500 million, before the team can begin the process of becoming an official member of Major League Soccer. Since its first season in 1996, Major League Soccer has expanded from 10 to 30 clubs. In 1998, MLS welcomed its first 2 expansion teams, the Miami Fusion and the Chicago Fire. In 2005, Real Salt Lake and Chivas USA joined, and 2 years later, Toronto FC was accepted as the league's first Canadian side. Since then, clubs from all around the United States and Canada have joined MLS as it has continued to grow. San Diego FC, which will begin its MLS career in 2025, and St. Louis City are the most recent arrivals. But not every attempt at growth has been fruitful. Over the years, a number of teams, notably the Miami Fusion, Tampa Bay Mutiny, and Chivas USA, have failed or disbanded. Before the 2024 MLS All-Star Game, Garber told reporters, "I think like any league, we will consider strongly expanding beyond the 30 teams that we currently have if there is a good market for us to expand in, if that market makes sense, if we have the right owner and the right stadium plan." Garber said that Indianapolis is a possible expansion contender and that the expansion fee for any extra clubs would be more than $500 million. People in Indiana are optimistic about Indianapolis being an MLS club. Over the past 25 years, we've added around 20 teams, so we know how to handle this process, he said. We adore the city and the backing of the state and local authorities. We think that the ownership dynamics are intriguing, and we appreciate the stadium's proposed location. We'll keep collaborating with them to observe how the ownership group situation develops. Expansion clubs provide an almost certain return on investment, particularly in recent years. With dedicated facilities and an expanding fan base, these teams contribute to the rapid expansion of Major League Soccer, MLS, a relatively new league in comparison to previous international soccer top divisions, both in North America and beyond. Due to the high financial stakes presently involved, clubs are also able to draw in international players like Lionel Messi, whose participation boosts the league's athletic and financial growth. Furthermore, new teams have the potential to significantly boost local economies. In addition to creating jobs directly and indirectly, stadiums also stimulate local businesses and provide new revenue streams by drawing in fans and visitors for home games. There are a number of disadvantages, though. Smaller clubs face financial strain from growing expansion fees, player pay, and infrastructure expenses, which makes it more difficult for them to be competitive. Another worry is overexpansion, which might endanger the league's long-term viability by diverting its attention from upholding high standards to merely adding more clubs. However, the loss of athletic integrity is the main drawback of growth. The arrangement reduces the incentive for clubs in lower divisions to engage in player development or pursue promotion because the only way to get into MLS is to pay hefty expansion fees. It thus reduces the entire football pyramid's level of competition, making money, rather than skill, the main determinant of success.